So what do you do when you're in the situation where you feel like a university employee is behaving in an inappropriate way towards you? Well, the first thing I would want you to understand is that university policy prohibits discrimination and harassment based on sex. University policy also prohibits retaliation against those who raise concerns like this. So what is sexual harassment? Because I think this scenario may start you thinking that, am I the victim of sexual harassment in this situation? Well, sexual harassment is basically defined as unwelcome conduct based on sex that is sufficiently severe and pervasive that it would alter the educational or the working environment. So what does all of that mean? Well, the first thing I want to tell you is don't worry about what all of that means. If you are experiencing behavior that bothers you, get help. Contact another office, talk to someone. You don't have to figure out if what you're experiencing falls within this definition. But let me take a moment and tell you a little bit more about this definition. Unwelcome conduct is conduct that you perceive as unwelcome. And certainly in this scenario, there are some behaviors that you perceive as unwelcome. Certainly the emails with kind of sexual innuendos and maybe repeated requests for dates, those could be unwelcome behaviors. Now, what is behavior based on sex? Well, certainly again with the emails with potential sexual innuendos, or at least that you're perceiving to be maybe inappropriate, those behaviors could be based on sex so that they do fall within university policy. And what is severe and pervasive mean? Well, basically it's kind of a continuum. So one act that's sufficiently serious or severe could rise to the level of a violation of university policy. So that may be sexual violence or something like that that's so serious that one time is enough. The other end of the spectrum is pervasive. And what that means is that kind of day-to-day innuendos and jokes and comments and things like that where every day you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to interact with this person. And so if it is pervasive, that could also rise to the level of being a violation of university policy. So again, what are your options if you find yourself in this situation? Well, there are actually several different complaint reporting options. You can certainly work within your chain of command or contact your department administrator. As a TA or an RA, you're also a university employee, so you could contact the Central Human Resources Office, and there is a human resources consultant who is assigned to your college or school. Another option within the university is the University Complaint Investigation and Resolution Office, better known as UCIRO. And UCIRO is a place where anyone can go to raise concerns about university employees if they believe that their behavior may have violated university policy. Another thing I would want you to keep in mind is that being in this situation can be very stressful and very upsetting. So I would want to ensure you understand what other resources that you have that you could go to get help. Student Life has a health and wellness office, and they can help you understand options, whether it's the student counseling office or other options that might be of help to you. Another option is Safe Campus, and in this scenario, there was that moment where the program coordinator didn't step aside to let you out of the room, and that may make you very concerned about future interactions with this person, and maybe you're not feeling safe. So with Safe Campus, you can contact them and they can walk you through and talk about options. Don't try to talk yourself out of how you feel. Just contact someone and talk about it with someone who can help, like Safe Campus. So my final thought for you is if you find yourself in this situation, get help, talk to someone. You can contact any of these offices. You can contact me, you can contact Safe Campus, you can contact UCIRO. There's no wrong phone call to make.